Hey guys, Moldran here, and today I want to talk about the importance of number in different scenarios. Now, first, 2 days ago, I was able to reach 50,000 followers on Twitch TV. Yay! A lot of people celebrated that and congratulated me on that, but to me it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a random number. And what do those follower numbers really mean? Now, on Twitch TV, people tend to watch different channels, sometimes new channels, and if they like or if they're interested in more of a channel, they might press follow button. But what is really the case? Most people on Twitch TV either follow 20 or 50 or 100 channels, and when they go to Twitch TV, there's several of the people that they follow online at the same time. And what really matters is which of those streams people choose when there's several online. So this is way more important because a simple follower number doesn't mean anything. You could have 90,000 followers and still get less viewers than someone with, let's say, 10,000 followers, because people don't really watch you over anything else. And that's what's really important to me. I really care about the people who watch me over anything else, who are really here every day, and that's important for me. And those are the people I also try to cater to with my stream. And that's why I stopped. I know when I started streaming, playing Diablo, I was 2,000 followers, gold giveaway, 3,000 followers, gold giveaway. But that was just a waste of time, because a lot of people then just come for the giveaway or just come for a short time but don't really watch in the long term. What's really important is to really care about the people who care about you, and who, for example, when they see 10 streamers online, they decide, okay, I'm gonna watch Moldran, I'm gonna watch this guy. It doesn't need to be me, but any streamer pretty much, that they choose over watching anyone else. And so I say, follow numbers, good and nice that it looks so big, but there are other things that are way more important. And the second thing I want to talk about is the PC. Now I got a new PC, and a lot of people complain about, oh, your power supply is only 550 watt, it won't cut it, the computer's gonna crash, you need to buy a new one and stuff. Well, guess what? I did performance tests and really high stress performance tests for my computer, and didn't crash a single time. And actually I got excellent ratings on those, even without overclocking. And this computer-based forum, it's a website, German, who do a lot of tests, they did the same. They tested it on exactly the same computer, an i7 4770K, and played Crisis 3, and under average load, it was 340 watt. And when it had maximum power, it was 400 watt. And 400 watt is still far away from 550. And also, the other website here, guru3d.com, which do really good hardware reviews, they did a similar test. They tested with an even more power hungry 6-core i7 Extreme and the GTX 780 Ti. And the GPU, the graphic card alone, took 260 watt, and under full stress it was 370 watt. So you can see again, they also had a lot of watts left that they could have used. And here you can see this is the comparison of different graphic cards. And you can see there are some graphic cards who alone take 550 watt, like the Radeon R9 in a 2-way CFX, or Crossfire, or 3-way SLI. Even a 770 SLI is still 400 watt, which is a lot. But you can see that a single GPU, like the GTX 780 Ti, only takes 260, and this is under maximum load. And what do you have else then in your computer? You have the CPU that takes around 80 to 90, and then you have fans that take maybe 5 each, and then you have a hard drive and SSD that take one 5 watt and one 3 watt. And that's pretty much about it. And with 550 watt, they still have a lot of room left, and they even recommend for this graphic card that a 550 watt power supply is sufficient. I don't plan to run this in SLI anytime soon, so I'm fine with the power supply. And a lot of people make the mistake that they think the number is important. It's not about the number in power supplies, it's about the quality. Now, I'm pretty sure if I would use an 800 watt no-name power supply in my high-end computer, it would crash. It might not even start, or it would crash when I would play a game. I already had this problem with one of my older PCs, also my friend had the same problem. You can get an 800 watt power supply for 50 bucks. But it's gonna be no-name and it's gonna be shit. It's not good optimized, it might not even have real 800 watt. But this Be Quiet Dark Power Pro is one of the highest quality power supplies. It's 80 plus gold certified, so it can do much more than others. And there's a lot of really good power supply brands like Be Quiet, Enermax, and if the certification is 80 plus, oh, it's really efficient and it's really high quality power supply. And the reason why I chose this power supply is costs. Now, I was able to buy this computer because I got a one-time spike in money from winning the Blizzard contest for our most favorite Diablo stream, but in general I don't make that much money per month and I'm not really rich. So for me the variable costs are really important, and they calculated here the power consumption with this graphic card with high stress, which is obviously not always the case, but for me as a gamer it probably will be the case most of the time. So they calculated the cost per 5 years, per year, 5 days a week, 4 hours a day is $80. So I'm gonna pick the $82.72 here, divided by 5 days times 7 days, because I run my computer 7 days a week, not 5. Divided by 4 hours times 16 hours, because I run 16 hours a day and not 4. And I get to a yearly cost of $460. This is what I have to pay if I run my computer at full load, which I probably don't, so it's gonna be more, let's say, around $350 to $400 and per year. This is what I pay for my computer for power alone, and this is a big number, and I try to min-max that number. I want to reduce that number. Now what happens if I use, let's say, an 800 watt power supply that costs $30 more and also requires more power? If you increase that $460, let's say I have to pay 24 or 25% more per year because it's 25% or it has more watt. This is $116 alone that I would pay every year, and in 3 years, that's more than $300 I would just pay because of a higher power supply. In addition to like the $30 that the power supply costs in the first place more. And that's why I really try to like get away with like as low power supply as possible. I did not save. I did not buy a low quality one. I bought a really high quality one, but just 550 watt, which is just enough for everything I do. My computer won't run faster with 800, and I won't see any difference. As long as the computer doesn't crash and as long as this power supply supplies my computer, I'm fine. I'm actually like really good because I save some money. And that's pretty much about it. What I also want to mention is, even though I said that numbers aren't always as important as people think, there are certain things or ways where they are really important. And one is min-maxing games, playing games, theory crafting. That's why it's really important to like get out the calculator and really crunch some numbers to really find out what's the most efficient or the best way to play a certain game. Now this calculator and my Excel helped me a lot to like really reach the top in several different games in the past. And yeah, you can either use those or learn to use those things yourself, or you can just watch someone else do it for you, like me or whoever else is doing theory crafting in whichever game you play. And that's pretty much about it. Numbers don't mean everything. Often they are too important, but they aren't. And in some cases, they actually are important, and it's important to like find out, okay, where they're important and how to like really use them to your advantage. That's my video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.